just continue on and just tell them what I think. How's that?
Okay, that's fine.
All right. What's going on, guys, girls? Rob here with G Puck,
Good
and
afternoon, guys.
we are going to talk about the NASCAR playoffs, the top 16 drivers from a year, or if they're not the top 16, they're the ones that are in the playoffs anyway. The weakest driver out there, Puck, right now, of those 16, you're looking at them and you're like, okay, if I was going to start a team, this is the one driver I don't want on my team is
Front Row Motorsports, Michael McDowell. He can go.
Yeah, Michael McDowell won a Daytona 500, yes, but since then has an average finish of 23.3. 23.3, you say, well, that's top 25s. There's a lot of teams out there that do not have charters, or if they have charters, they're one-car teams. Go out there and run 5, 10, 20 laps. 23.3 is not hitting on much, is it?
No, it's not.
No. All right. So first thing we got going on, these playoffs, there's 10 races. There are going to be 3 races. We're going to get rid of 4. We got 3 races. We're going to get rid of 4. What's up, Keith? What's up, Alex? We got 3 races. We're going to get rid of 4. And then we're going to go to Phoenix with 4 drivers that can win a championship. Not 43, not 40. 4 drivers, one of them will win a championship. They don't always have to win. More often than not, they do. But they don't have to win. Let's go to the number 1 driver out there, Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson, 5 wins this year. What do you see as his, like, if he's got an Achilles heel, if he's got something that's not going to work out, and we're looking at these playoffs right now, what's the one thing that could hurt Kyle Larson? What do you think?
Himself. If he gets over aggressive, I mean, he's carrying a ton of speed all year long. He's good on every surface, every track. He hasn't raced a Roval last year because he was out. So that's about the only one in the playoffs that we haven't really got a good glimpse of him on. But he's been noted to be a decent road course driver, so I don't see any problems with that. He has to be the favorite. He has to. If you don't have him penciled into your top 4, I don't know if you're going to do well on your brackets.
You may not. You may not. I see it. The one thing, 5 of the final 6 tracks, Phoenix, Martinsville, Kansas, Texas, Charlotte, and Talladega, 5 of them are his weakest tracks. That's not a good sign. Now, we are talking about a guy that won 5 races. We're not talking about chopped liver. So his 5 worst tracks does not mean he's out of it by any stretch of the imagination. It just means his chances of winning the races might not be as good. And I'm with you on that. Kyle Larson is going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think anybody in the top 8 is forced to be reckoned with. What do you think, Puck?
Totally agree with you there, Rob. Absolutely. Yeah. It's the toughest sport to pick a straight-out winner. Like,
it is. It is. Especially this day and age with all the money that gets thrown at it, with Ford, Chevrolet, and Toyota all having their little fights within each other. Then you got guys switching teams. That's not going to help a lot either. We got number 2, Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney with 3 wins. Is Ryan Blaney, in your estimation, a guy that's going to go way into the playoffs, or do you think he's one that could fade out pretty quick?
He's probably having his most consistent year yet in his racing career this year. Starting off seeded number 2, right behind Larson, finished 8th at Darlington in the earlier race this year. 8 top 5s. I just don't know. I don't know if he's got another win in him. I don't know if he can get those consistent runs. He definitely will make it through a couple rounds. I'm not willing to put him in my top 4, though.
Okay. His favorite track is Charlotte, and he has to get there. He's got to get inside that 12. to get there. We'll see. We're both like I say, we're both going to give what we think is going to happen before it's over with. Martin Truex Jr. 3 wins. Martin Truex Jr. Would you right now, if you were cutting him in half, would you put him in the top half or would you put him in the bottom half of the drivers right now starting this?
I'm going to put him in the top half. He was
Top
a
half.
monster at Darlington in the first race. Totally dominated that race, led most of it. Larson was trying to chase him down on the tail end, but still finished 2 seconds behind him. I'm going to put him in that top half.
Okay. I kind of like to put him in the top half, but how about this one, folks? This one might get you. He has not led a lap on 1.5 miles since March. 1.5 miles. Now that's Talladega's not considered 1.5 miles, but Texas, it's a bunch of them. Texas, Charlotte. Yeah, and that's the thing. That used to be his strength. That used to be his strength when he was winning, when he won his championship. So that is his weakness right now. How about Kyle Busch? Kyle Busch, we go cut the field in half, or we're gonna put him in the top half, or we're gonna put him in the bottom half right now.
I still got to put him in that top half.
Yeah,
11 top fives, maybe only 2 wins, but he's a force. Starting off at the 4th seed. He's battled a lot this year. They switched up his crew chief there at the beginning of the year and gave that guy to his teammate Bell, who I don't know. I think Bell should be doing a little more. He's one of my first round cuts. Could be a surprise to some out there, but
yeah,
I see Bell one of my first 4 gone. He shouldn't be. And I know Joe Gibbs is not going to like it if he takes an early exit this year. That 4th car on that team is there's no loyalty there, so we'll see what Bell does.
Kyle Busch, if you look at the list of the races, Darlington, Richmond, Bristol, he does pretty well a couple of those.
Yes, he
Vegas,
does.
Talladega, Charlotte Roval. Charlotte Roval, we have a short body of work. We can't go by a whole lot of that. He's raced well at Vegas, done well at Talladega in the past. Texas, Kansas, and Martinsville. Won at Martinsville. He's won at Kansas and at Texas. Phoenix, well, he's got a couple of wins there in the past. This is a guy that you never know when he's going to come out of the bushes and just strike. I'm with you.
Absolutely.
I think he's in the top 8 as well.
And I agree with you there. These tracks are favorable. He had a 3rd at Darlington earlier in the year, too, followed by an 8 at Richmond, which is the next race.
So the thing is, all you got to do is be better. I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
I expect him to be around.
Yeah. And that's all you got to do is be in the top 4 every race. That's all you have. I mean, top 4, and you can get the other guys eliminated. Let me get plugged in here real quick, guys. I don't have my plug in here. While I do that, tell us about Chase Elliott, our 2020 champion, number 5. What do you think about him?
Chase Elliott, 2 wins on the year, 11 top 5s, finished 7th at Darlington. That's the first race of the playoffs. He finished 7th at Darlington earlier this year. Former champ, he's last year's champion, who just cruised through the playoffs, was winning everything, especially those short tracks and those road courses. He was eating them up. Defending champ, I'm sure he wants to hoist another one, but I don't know.
I definitely put him in the top half. I definitely put him in the top half of the 8. How about you?
Oh, he's going to the top half in the 8, absolutely.
Yeah. Alex Bowman. This is interesting. Now, he's 6th, but Alex Bowman was eliminated in round of 8 last year. 3 wins, but they're quiet wins. Top or bottom half?
He's right on that cut line for me. He showed up for a few races this year. I mean, he got that gift win when Larson blew a tire on the last lap and Bowman cruised by. So, maybe 2 wins he should have had there. But, hey, that's part of racing. I don't know. I'm going to say outside the top 8.
Okay. He's right there at it for me. Right there at it.
He's right there.
7th.
Right there.
How about this guy? Championship 4 in 2014. 2019, 2020, Denny Hamlin with no wins this year. What do you think?
Who would have thought that? Last year, between Harvick and Hamlin, they had 16 wins between them. 0 this year for the two. He races everywhere well. I mean, these next 3 tracks he has success on. I'm putting him above the. He's got a little ground to make up as far as, but he can do it. He can do it in the first round. He's going to move on.
I agree with you. I'm with you on that. 0 wins in the regular season. A lot of people worry about that. I'm more thinking that, okay, are they dialing it in for the postseason? The first round, you can't afford a lot of problems. But if you do have a problem or two, all you got to worry about is 4 below you. 12 are not going to get cut. We'll see what happens. I got a feeling me and you really have, like, I think by the time we talk about it, you're going to be like, wow, Rob, and I'm going to be like, wow, Puck. That's what I think. I don't think we're going to be straight across the line thinking the same stuff here, and I think that's a good thing. William Byron right now. William Byron, we put the line right here. We got 8 up here. We got 8 down here. Right now, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that this guy could be the dark horse.
Okay.
He has just been a model of consistency. He top 10 this year to death. He's got 9 top 5s. He's got a win, 4th at Darlington, 7th at Richmond. He's just in the top 10. I expect him to get through the first round and possibly even the second round.
Yeah. His one weakness is road courses. His average finish at the road courses, and they actually thought 3 years ago this kid was going to be a road course ringer. 25.2. You can't have that. He has got to have a great Vegas and great Talladega, maybe a win at one of those, because you cannot go to Charlotte and finish outside the top 25 and hope to advance. Agreed?
Now, only one road course in the playoffs, so he could possibly dance around that. Some good finishes.
What I'm saying is,
I believe
if he doesn't have good points, or if he doesn't have a win, if he doesn't have a win in one of those 2 races, I'm just saying, just to get to the next round, he can't be counting on that Roval. He's got to get it done in those 2 races before the Roval.
Struggle.
So, what do you think? Yep. And
very tough for him, but goes with the Roval. That's still much.
How about number 9, 2018 champion Joey Logano? Joey Logano with 1 win this year. The Ford brand has not had the speed this year. They've not had the speed. Do you see him right there close to the cut line, or do you see him above, or do you see him below?
These guys from Penske are so unpredictable. You can never just sit back and be able to say they're going to win this week, especially me being a Logano fan. It's so hard to judge him. Yeah, I think he's going to be in the top 8. Maybe that's about it for him.
Yeah.
The stick's not there. The speed's up and down. I'll give him the first round, and then we'll go from there. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing.
Only 8 top 5.
You've got to finish well if you don't win. And when I say that, you can't finish 9th, and think you go. You got to have some top 10s, top 5s in there. I'm not sure they got the speed, but we'll see. It's going to be close for those guys. Same thing. How about Brad Keselowski?
I agree. I don't think he's there. Okay, he's 1 win this year, 7 top 5s. Another one. Inconsistent. Which one's going to show up each week? 24 at Darlington. Whether that means anything or not, I'm sure it don't. It's the playoffs now. He's got the experience going to a new team. I'm going to let him slide through the first round, and then we'll evaluate him after that.
Right. Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch is 11th with 1 win. Is this a guy that can win a title, or you just think this is a guy taking up space in the playoffs?
I think he's a guy that's taking up space, and he's got so many other things going around him right now. Is he going? Is he staying? Is he going to the Hamlin Jordan team?
That's official.
Retiring during the year.
That's official.
Only
He's
already
signed.
He's already
signed with Jordan, so he's leaving.
So with that said, 35th at Darlington DNF. He's one of my first round casualties. A shocker.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting him in that round.
Yeah, I don't think he can win a championship. I'm with you there. Christopher Bale. Is there anybody that's had a worse year with 1 win than Christopher Bale? What do you think?
He's my third of the casualties out of the top 4. Well, actually the fourth, because I had McDowell. Yeah, so that's 3 of them. Yeah, bad year. He took over Kyle Busch's crew chief there, and that's that 4th car in the Gibbs racing team is a tough one. If you can't perform there, you don't last long. And I know he's just barely in a couple of years. If you don't get through around this year, it's going to have some reflection, and he should get through this round. Road courses are special. There's only one of them. I'm going to say he's out in the first round.
All right. Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell wins a Daytona 500, and since then, an average finish of 23.3. We don't have a restrictor plate race in the first round. That kills him right there. Don't you think he's out?
The Great American Race he wins. The Great American Loser in the playoffs. Gone. He's not even worth talking about.
Right. Eric Almirola. Eric Almirola has 1 win. And if you look, Talladega is his bright spot. Talladega is his bright spot, but you got to get to the second round. It's gonna be tough for him. What do you think?
Almirola. He caught lightning in a bottle up here in New Hampshire, and that basically got him in. I don't know my question to you, Rob, is what's going on with Stuart Haas? It's been a long time,
Right.
Win? I don't know.
Right.
I'm going to give him a first round casualty as well.
Yeah, he could be. Darn well could be. I don't know what's wrong exactly
what
with
do you think
Stuart
of that,
Haas.
Stuart Haas?
Yeah. I don't know exactly what the situation is there with him. Did my man that retired, did he leave something behind when he left? I'm talking about Clint Boyer. I don't think so. I don't know. It looks like everybody that is jumping ship from Stuart Haas is leaving Ford. They're either going to Hendrick, they're either going to Childress, or they're going over to Gibbs. Something fishy there about Stuart Haas. I don't know exactly what's going on, but they got to get some speed if they're going to win anything here. I'm with you. Eric Almirola is not a championship driver. He's won races in the past, but with the speed they currently have, he is not anybody you got to worry about winning the championship. I agree with you. Same thing with Tyler Reddick. What do you think, Tyler Reddick?
No.
No wins. He gets in on points.
Tyler Reddick, I got him skating through the next round. I'm not very comfortable on that. Not very comfortable selecting him to move on, but I am going to say he gets through this round.
I got you. Then Kevin Harvick.
There a few times this year. He had some real rapid runs, but inconsistency. Kevin Harvick, his experience alone will carry him through. No wins. I understand it. 16 seed. He'll get to the next round. He'll find a way.
Yep. So, all right. Let's do it right. Let's do this right now then. How about this? Your casualties. Round one. I'm going to give you one, and you can say yes or no. Casualties. Kevin Harvick. Round of 16. He gets by, or he's done.
He goes. He gets by.
I agree.
Next round.
I agree. Tyler Reddick. He wins. I mean, he gets through, or he is done.
I'm sending him through, but I'm not confident. But I'm sending him through.
Okay. I'm cutting Tyler Reddick right here. I think that you may not have to win. Obviously, you don't have to win to get through because it's not enough races for everybody to win. His body of work doesn't show to me that he can win or run great at these first three racetracks. I don't think. Is he related to J.J. Reddick? No, their names spelled different. Reddick. I'm pulling Tyler Reddick out right here. I think he's done. Eric Almirola. What do you think?
I have him on his way packing. He's not going through.
I agree. I agree with you. Eric Almirola, one win. Like you say, it's not even in the chase. It doesn't help him. He runs well at Talladega, but you got to get to Talladega. You got to do something at Darlington, Richmond, or Bristol. None of those tracks you look at and think, wow, Eric Almirola has a chance right there. Don't think so. I'm with you. Eric Almirola out after round one. Michael McDowell, and not to be confused with Michael McDonald. What a fool believes. But hey, this fool right here believes Michael McDowell is out of here. What do you think?
I'm with you, Rob. He's out of there.
Yeah.
He's gone.
I see nothing keeping Michael McDowell in this chase. I don't see anything doing it. That's three of the drivers. You're going to be surprised by my fourth. I'm telling you, my fourth driver is going to surprise the heck out of you. But let's flip a page right here for you. Christopher Bale. Is he one of your first 16 out of here?
He is. He should, with his equipment, he should be able to get through this round. But I just haven't seen enough from him. Any kind of consistency.
Yeah.
He's out of here on my sheet.
Okay, guys, don't put a lot into what I'm saying right here, okay? Because I'm going against everything. I'm going against the world here. I'll be the only one. You will not. If you go see 100 different people forecast this playoff, nobody's going to go with what I'm going with right here. I think Ryan Blaney is out the first round. I look at Ryan Blaney, Darlington, Richmond, and Bristol. He has one top five ever, and he 5 top tens ever. One top five. I just don't know. Darlington, if he does not come out the gate hot, and he gets outside of top 30. You're chasing your tail the rest of the way trying to make points. Where other people may try to get stage points and everything else, he's got to finish well. I'm cutting Ryan Blaney out of the the 16, which I know a lot of people's not going to agree with that. He had 3 wins, I know. But these first 3 tracks do not agree with Ryan Blaney at all. If they had 3 different tracks coming up, I would give him a legit chance to win a championship. But these 3, I don't like. I don't like Ryan Blaney. We'll see what happens. But I'm telling you, man, I'm going way out on a limb here. The limb's starting to bend on me. We'll see what happens. But I'm taking Ryan Blaney out of the first round. Now you're round of 12. You don't have yours ready yet, you see it.
No, I just made the cuts for this first three races.
But you, all right. I tell you what, do you mind if I go through my round of 12, round of 8, and then we both pick a champion? How about that? You okay with that?
Not at all. Not at all.
All right. I'm going with Puck right here in the round of 12. Christopher Bell, you can skate on ice for a little bit, but after a while, you're going to run into a tree. Christopher Bell, round of 12, you're out of here. Okay. My next one, let's see. Where is he listed? He's actually 8th. William Byron. William Byron does not do well at the road course. Talladega is a wild card anytime. Vegas, he's not been the best driver there. I'm taking William Byron. I'm taking him out right here in the round of 12. Next one I'm taking out. The first lame duck. The first lame duck in the 1 car, Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch has already announced he's going to Toyota. Therefore, Chevrolet is not going to be throwing any money toward that team right now to see him succeed, to be a champion, to jump over to Toyota. They're not going to do anything to help them. They're going to do everything they can for Childress, and they're going to do everything they can for Hendrick. Kurt Busch is a lame duck, and anytime you're a lame duck, all you are doing is waiting for the gunshot to put you out. I don't like his chances. Kurt Busch is right at, 41 years old? I think he's out. I think he's out. He's a good enough driver to be in the top 8. But if you don't have equipment that can get you there, I just don't see it happening. I see him gone. Now, this one right here is going to surprise a lot of people too. Round of 8, Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski. I don't think that Penske is happy with him at all. I really don't. And they're going to put all of their eggs into the Joey Logano basket. And I can't blame him there. He's going to Roush Fenway. He's going to be part owner. Anytime you're a lame duck, even if you are jumping from forward to forward, they're not going to like it in the Penske organization. Behind closed doors, they're not going to do a lot for you. I think Brad Keselowski can win at Vegas, and he's going to have to win at Vegas to move on. I don't see it happening. I see him getting eliminated in the round of 12. My round of 8. Somebody that's not going to make the championship 4. First one I see is Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman has a talent, but Alex Bowman just is not proven in the past. With 3 wins, yeah, but he made it this far last year. The round of 8, I don't see Bowman getting into that final 4. For that reason alone, Alex Bowman's eliminated in the round of 8. The next one, the 3rd seed, Martin Truex Jr. 3 wins, but look at these tracks: Texas, Kansas, Martinsville. And like I said, I just said a little ago, he's not let out on a mile and a half since March. He's going to have to do something. I don't think it happens. I think Martin Truex Jr. is eliminated in the round of 8. This next one, I don't think surprises anybody. I mean, if he gets this far, Kevin Harvick. I'll put him down into the final 8, but this is when you got to have raw speed. He's not had raw speed all year. Kevin Harvick is good enough to win this championship, especially if they went to Phoenix with 9 wins. He's got 9 wins at Phoenix. If he can slide through, he is a force. He could win a championship. I just don't see him having the speed to make it to the final 4. I say Kevin Harvick is eliminated in the final 8, in the 8. And then Another Ford driver, I think, falls by the wayside. Joey Logano. Joey Logano, 1 win this year, but he finished the regular season with 4 finishes outside the top 20. His last 4 races has been outside the top 20. He cannot afford that. You cannot have problems. Joey Logano, I say, will not make it to the Final 4. That leads me to my championship. And the championship for me is this. I see Kyle Larson having speed everywhere. Kyle Larson has speed everywhere. He's a force. He's one of the Final 4 drivers I've got. Kyle Busch he can scratch and claw and make his way through it. I think he makes it to the Final 4. Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott won a championship last year. Chevrolet's got speed. They're fortunate there's a lot of Fords in the playoffs. Otherwise, I think maybe he might not have won it. But he is one of the Final 4. And then the one that really has got to surprise everybody, I'm putting Denny Hamlin in there. Denny Hamlin has no wins. Denny Hamlin has been in the championship for 2014, 2019, 2020. I think he makes it again this year to the championship 4. So then that puts us at 2 Chevrolets, 2 Toyotas. And I cannot go against my man. I cannot go against my man. I'm going with Kyle Busch. I'm going to say Kyle Busch, 3-time champion, 2021. Now, if you want to give your Final 4, you can. If you don't want to do that, just give us who you think wins your championship this year.
I'm going to go. It's not a sexy pick, but I got to go with Larson. He's just been good everywhere, and he's on a mission. Factors happen when you're racing tight, but I go with Larson.
Yeah. Kyle Larson is a number 1. He's number 1 for a reason. He's at 5 wins, 26 races. He wins once out of every 5 races. He to me, if Kyle Busch doesn't win, Kyle Larson, I think one of the Kyles wins the championship. Now, we already know Keselowski is going over to Roush Fenway. And we already know that Kurt Busch is going to 2311 racing in a Toyota. Who's the one person that moves from this season to next season and makes the biggest jump, makes the biggest splash, and it's like, oh, wow, rejuvenated? Who do you think it is, Keselowski or Kurt Busch?
I'm not too impressed with the Roush Fenway team. I know Kurt will. Brad will add a lot to that and get them on the right track, but I don't think it'll be next year. I'm going to say a rejuvenated Kurt could make a big jump. I would have to say him. I mean, as well, equipment and everything matters. Next gen cars, what they come out, they're supposed to clean up the field and put everyone on level. But I'll say Kurt Busch, a rejuvenated Kurt Busch on a new team. Yeah, I'll go with him next year. Big jump.
I'm with you. I'm with you totally. Although Bubba Wallace has not made any moves this year or any strides forward, I'm with you. I think Kurt Busch is the guy next year that could be in this champion, at least in the final 8 next year. I think he could definitely be there. I picked Kyle Busch. You pick Kyle Larson. I think there's a great chance that a Kyle wins a championship. And hey, after this first week, after this Darlington race, we'll get back together. How what do you think? Next Thursday? What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it Thursday. That'll be fine.
All right.
Yep.
And the big announcement. I think we should throw this big announcement out there about YRL Racing. What do you think about that? Can we do that to them real quick?
Let's hold off on that. We're still going to make things happen on my end.
Okay. Okay.
But we'll get to that. We'll get to
All right.
that.
We'll have that announcement very, very soon. Then. Yep. And we got to get PJet involved in that too, because we got to get some printing stuff done if we're going to do it. But yeah, some signed
Absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah.
You folks have a great, great rest of your Tuesday. Thanks, G Puck. Thanks everybody for joining us. NASCAR this week, next Thursday. Be watching that. We'll be letting you know ahead of time what time we start. He picks Kyle Larson. I pick Kyle Busch. Look, the paper does not tell us anything. The racetrack will, and watch every race and find out how it goes down. Have a good one, my friend.
Go Penske. Go Penske.
All right. Have a good one, guys. Y'all have a great, great rest of your day. Bye-bye.